So I was just sitting here thinking, yeah, my daughter's back up there. I'm waiting for my son, my 14-year-old. I pick him up. I think today's Thursday. I pick him up tomorrow. I have him for this weekend, so I'm just waiting to get him to see what his plan is. I'm ready to dip out, man. I'm ready to get the fuck out of this motherfucker. Just like, and I don't mean death. Because I'd like to heal. Now I'm curious. You know what I mean? I'm really fucking curious what the fuck's going on, man. And things are coming to light like amazingly quickly. With my not only with my healing, but just with the times we're living in, I guess you could say. I mean, I could pack a bag and fucking just train hop. You know what I mean? And just make my life easy because this is what's stressing me is the money. The whole money game is what's being sick and having mental issues and physical issues and psychological issues and emotional issues and unhealed child issues, all stemming, pretty much from unchildhood issues and all this trauma and head trauma. I need to completely unplug. So we're gonna see. We'll see where my son's at, but I just want to note, that goes through my mind. I just see where he's at, what he wants to do. But I'm ready to get away from everybody, man. It's just not good. People just aren't good. Like, especially like in this screen thing where you can't. This whole communicating through a screen is just terrible, man. It's so inhuman. We're so inhuman, the inhumanity. I'd rather go just hang out with a bunch of homeless people on the street. At least I'm getting raw, real people. Fuck it. I'm not getting all this other shit, man. But yeah, I mean, if I was able to just pack a bag and get rid of everything, that would be, there go all my stress. All my stress is gone. No more stress. I'll have let go of everything in this world, except for another pair of clothes that are in a bag. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking, man. And just because I haven't healed, if I was healed, this whole situation right now would be completely different. Everything would be different. But I'm not, and I can't, I just can't do it. Without falling over, without getting stressed in a situation and falling over and just being, But I just want to get rid of the stress, man. The stress is no joke. To think, and the stress comes from trying to hold on to this, trying to hold on to everything, I mean, I don't. Why hold on? Why are we holding on? Why are we holding on to any of this? None of it matters. We can't take it with us. In a true healed society, a true loving healed society, death would have been one of the first things that you talk about to a child, I would think, But I think we're so far off, man. I think we're so far away from the way things were meant to be. Again, just by the ability or the inability to access most of our brain, the inability to access most of our potential, how we're able to tap into things sometimes, but most of the time we're not. It's like, well, if I can do it sometimes, it means I'm always able to do it, just all these things. It's like one big game. It's just like you're being fucked with constantly, Yeah. And again, I thought we were born dirty and in sin and nasty, and we needed help and salvation, or we needed to learn. And, this is all new to me coming out, that I'm even thinking this, man. That we are beautiful, pure souls. This is all new, and it makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me. We were born into it. Look, our systems, the reason we're so fucked up is because we are having a natural biological reactions to an unnatural environment. We were not meant to be born into these kinds of environments, these kinds of trauma-filled, toxic, abusive environments and programs. We weren't meant to. We are living completely unnaturally. Completely. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we were here living authentic lives or whatever that might entail, or how our souls got into these human bodies in the first place, whether it was through trickery, manipulation, slavery from another realm brought us down here. I don't know, like a vacuum sucked us out of somewhere else. I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't care, because there's not a book I can read that's going to make me go, oh, well, there's the answer. Because that would be me having to go outside myself. And everything outside myself is just something telling me that I'm not enough, which means it's an authority over me. I recognize no authority over me, and neither should you. I recognize no authority over me. The cognitive dissonance, the confusion, all that I suffer from is due from the programming that I was put on as a child, the abuse I've suffered as a child, and the abuse and trauma I've suffered and seen and perpetrated throughout my life. It's a natural reaction to an unnatural environment. That's all it is. So somebody or something is intentionally bamboozling and using us and doing everything in their power to manipulate us and turn us against each other and act like there's only 4 of us that are good out there. When really, it's probably all of us, and we're just fucking all being mind controlled and fucked with. But I don't know. But why am I going to sit there and instead of leaning towards the good side of that end, going, well, fuck, everybody's going to hell except for me. And I say hell, but hell can be condemning people to this realm. Hell can be whatever. Acting like people aren't getting to that special place you're going, okay? Oh my God, it's so fucking ludicrous to me. I mean, really, oh man. And see, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for all those people who are listening to people condemn their souls and act like they're so smart. For those people who can't stand up for themselves, for those people who are afraid, for those people who are afraid of people who speak like me, like, I don't want you to be afraid of me. I want you to just understand that this is just how someone talks that's been through the fucking shit and hasn't healed yet. Okay? God damn. Like, fuck, man. Like, the problem is, I think people have just been born into these screens nowadays and just spent so many hours and days and months and weeks and years of their lives in these screens that they've lost touch with reality. I think people have lost touch with reality. I think people forget what it's like to have to work side to side. Guys, I work in a job where throughout my whole life, I've had to work side by side and learn how to work with people from all walks of life, every type of walk of life. Now, most of them came from extremely fucked up backgrounds. I wouldn't even know that. Guys, I've been around and had to work with in so many environments with so many different types of people from so many different walks of life. And I know what it means to be human. What it means to be human is to suck it up and do what you got to fucking do to help each other, to make things easier on each other. Now, the group isn't going to sit there and chastise and stone one individual, but at the same time, they're not going to sit there and feed and do whatever while the other individual is not pulling their slack. But at the same time, we got to understand that, look at me. I'm not able to do 90% of what I used to be able to do 10 months ago. You know, I can do things, but I can't do what I used to be able to do. And I'm not even going to try right now till I'm healed. So I need people holding my slack. And whatever way that means, I don't know. I'm just saying, as a community, as of humans, you know what I mean? Like, I believe this is how it works. This is how it seems to work to me. Like, your intentions, your heart, your thoughts, your soul, you know, all have to be aligned. And if you're sitting there just, you know, just disgusted at every single person and just constantly just finding every single person what they did wrong, you know? Now, that's easy for someone like me that's hurt, that's fucking a wide open wounded animal that, you know, cannot deal with the finger pointing at me right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my healing. I'm talking to myself as I'm talking into this. This is my healing. You know, this is helping me become aware and accepting things for what they are, you know? And it's just important. We have to be able to have our own thoughts. Our own thoughts should not be condemned. Thoughts that should be condemned is groupthink. Not acting human towards others. Those are things that should be condemned. Not our original thoughts. Not if we're just having thoughts. So yeah, come a long way, man. My mom hasn't been on my head. She hasn't like, you know, anger towards her. You know, just I'm coming more to just accepting the fact of what it is, what it was, and growing from there, growing from my experience, you know what I mean? So I'm now pulling away from that whole situation, and now that's their thing. They can deal with it. They can make whatever they want out of it, whatever stories, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to there. I'm starting to get comfortable because I'm letting go of everything, you know? Like I said, my daughter is back at her mom's. My son is, God knows, you know, my wives do whatever they want. These women continue doing and lying and whatever they want, and nobody cares. So I'm just becoming more comfortable that even now putting it out in public, still nobody cares. That's just what it is. We live in an abusive system. This is an extremely abusive system that allows things like this to happen, and it encourages it. It encourages abuse. It encourages these things, you know? The whole system does. And, yeah, so it's just coming to terms with that fact, you know? Because that can be scary. That can be scary for people. You know? And again, I just want you guys to have enough courage. You guys are so fucking powerful. You don't even know. I mean, until you get a glimpse, you just don't have any fucking clue how powerful you are. Once you can get rid of all this anxiety and all this depression, all these programs, all this lack and all this desire and all this necessity and all this need and all this entertainment and all these breads and circuses and all this pain and all this suffering and all this thought. Once you can get rid of that and get a glimpse of what it feels like to just operate as a soul, I've had glimpses of it, man, and it's just so freeing. It's like, you don't feel chained. Like, I feel so chained down. I feel so weighted down. Like, I'm serious. Like, my thoughts on this right now are, how amazing would that be if we were able to heal and recognize our potential, you know? And I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on? But that's just where I'm at right now, and I'm not afraid to fucking say it. And fuck you if you don't like it, bitch.